I will go over recaps from previous sessions. I don't care. Fuck it. That you know what? That's what we're gonna do. Um, this is going to be the recap from the last one. Previously, our band of heroes ventured into the lair of Yun, where they hoped to retrieve the core of the awakened tree that towers above all others on the island of Estertonus. They made a new friend by the name of Mavis, a blue tiefling monk who was temporarily living with the druids that inhabited the base of the tree. The band fought a number of zombies and a zombie beholder and just managed to succeed. They retrieved the core and made their way back to the tree. The tree then spoke to Milo, instructed him to stab it with his own blade. Family tree. They were able to ball just enough sap to bring back to Mud, and Milo's blade became more powerful from the interaction. Afterwards, the band headed south in order to find the mysterious cubic sapphire that was mentioned by Lucy and Califax. Now, after the last session, previously our band of heroes were in pursuit of the cubic sapphire requested by Lucy and Califax. After a series of seemingly unending and irritating puzzles, the band was finally able to acquire the sapphire before escaping the cave. Willow, aboards their ship, was able to help rescue the bands, and for the first time in nearly a month, the band must choose their next destination. That leads us to where we are now.
Well, shoot, man. What other
Yeah, let me pull it up, Captain.
what other objectives do we have on our docket that we can accomplish? Or
Uh,
is that in motion?
we see the world map, Dan. Quick.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, sure. We can just go back.
That's what I was saying. Not see much.
Okay, list. Okay.
Let me know when you guys see it.
Nope. Yep.
Yep.
Cool. Yeah, so as Estertonus is right there. I'm not sure if you guys can see my cursor. Um, but just west of Golden Tog, and you have Moonfell, which is one of the other places you guys have previously spoken about. But then there are also the questions about the,
Yeah.
sort of the Red Claw bands that you guys have encountered a number of times.
Um, let's see here.
Like a bunch
Well,
of me. I don't know how to read this thing.
the last thing on our list from way back when, other than getting a hold of Lucian and potentially pawing off this cubic sapphire, is looking for Stardust on Moonfell and potentially a something known as a gravitas diamond is what I have written down.
All right. How far away is, I'm sorry, what island was
On
it?
Moonfell,
Moonfell, it's kind of the slender, icy one there.
Okay. How many days away would that be sailing?
Uh, that would be about 5 days.
Okay. Do we have enough supplies realistically to?
You guys stocked up on supplies in a pretty
so
meaningful
let me
way.
see. I have that written down somewhere. Let's see here. We had 2 months of supplies from
You,
when we left Ashen Rock left.
yeah, you guys went straight from like Ashen Rock to Estertonus, and
Yeah,
so
that's
it's
what I remember.
probably been about, I mean, it's probably been about 2.5 weeks,
Okay,
give or
I'll mark
take, two
this
and a half,
down.
3 weeks of travel. But that also, you guys probably would have been surviving on what the druids would have provided you when you went to the encampment by the awakened tree. So you guys are fine for well over a month.
Cool. All right.
Yeah, if you guys wanted to start sailing towards Moonfell, then you absolutely would be able to.
You gotta go to Moonfell for diamonds.
Yeah, let's make that happen, Captain.
You're the captain, Captain.
Oh, that's right. Well, shit.
Captain's a little drunk at the moment.
Want to move up?
All right, I'm keeping track. We have roughly 43 days of rations left.
We can cut down
2.5 weeks. So
Yeah,
we also have a 10-gallon barrel of tequila. That's probably been heavily used, but I know we
It-
used it.
You guys
Times,
use
but-
some of it. Yeah, you guys are probably at least a gallon down, maybe a gallon and a half. It's not good tequila.
Hey, that's all right.
It is. It's like really bottom shelf. It's not.
We're pirates on the sea, man. That's
Hey,
all right.
whatever.
No, yeah, that's fine. I just wanted to remind you.
Okay, 8.5 gallons of tequila left. That's all right. Beautiful. We're big booling.
8.5 gallons. Jesus.
And a cubic sapphire. Woohoo! Oh yeah,
Okay.
and I have this shrunken T-Rex skull that I gave to Bobbycock to hang on the ship somewhere. So whenever Josh gets on a session with us next, he can hang that on the ship somewhere.
Word.
Fantastic. But yeah, you guys are currently on board your ship. And if you would like to start sailing towards Moonfell, you absolutely can.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a great idea.
You can do it.
Okay. Well then, Milo, Willow, and anyone else who, and Crotoxel, anyone else who might have expertise or any skill in navigation, um, you would begin steering in that direction. Would anyone like to make a history check on Moonfell?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So, yes, I mean, can we all roll, or just one person?
Let's just say one person.
Can I guidance the captain then while he's thinking about this?
I'll allow it.
Yes. Can add a D4, Captain, my good sir. I see him deep in contemplation, and I go, he could use a little extra contemplative
Yes.
gear turning.
That's cool. 12.
12? Okay. You would have at least, I mean, Moonfell is extremely far from where you are, where you originally grew up. People from Ashen Rock also didn't make their way to Moonfell very often because it was not known as particularly hospitable. But from what you do remember, maybe from some studies from your youth, uh,
Well,
some of the biggest, there are a lot of dangers on Moonfell. There are some Goliath tribes and giant tribes that have made their way from Idril. They will make their way into Yuania and Moonfell. Um, there's the southern part of the island is fairly barren, while the northern part is just covered in snowy trees. It is a dense forest. You do remember, and you don't know much about it, but you vaguely remember something about the Pearl Guard.
Fuck.
Pearl Guard.
Yeah, you know the name. It seems like, oh, Moonfell Pearl.
They're ringing
that-
bells to anybody.
Is that where
around?
they're from? And that's about all you get.
Well, I'm going to make this information known to the rest of the crew.
Mhm.
I think we got to make some friends with some giant people and steer clear all the inhospitable parts.
Oh yeah, I
Easier
know,
said than done, I guess.
back on Ashen Rock, we had a great time. Wonderful night.
All right. Fantastic. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. Fantastic. If is there anything else you guys would like to discuss? Anything else you guys would like to discuss before venturing forth?
I don't think so. No.
Onward.
Okay. Let's see. The first night is going to go fairly smoothly. I'm not even going to make you guys roll for it. You guys are able to get a long rest. Krilltoxel. At some point, during the night, you do have one of the few cabins, if I remember correctly. There was actually a knock at the door.
In.
As the door slowly opens, you see in the doorway.
I go, oh, wait. I'm not decent. And I'm like, just kidding. I'm always not decent. Come on in.
I would have expected nothing less. And as you see, Willow begin to just slowly walk in.
Oh, hey, Willow. How's it going?
I just want to say, I want to say that I truly do appreciate everything that you have done for me so far. You have given me a sense of responsibility, and I just, I just truly appreciate all of you, but you in particular. Just
Well, I'm happy to help. I'm glad you're part of the crew. It's great to have you around.
is that all I am?
No, you're not. You're not just part of the crew. You're well, I don't know. Maybe could be something more.
I hope you know I'm fucking with you a little bit, but it's something to think about.
Yes. Well, if that isn't your style, you're not into lizard people. That's all right. Can always just be family.
At this point, she is walking closer and closer to you.
I'm
I'm
just yeah, not moving.
At this point, I could be into just about anything.
Well, that wasn't the only spear I had that I could give you if you catch my drift.
Roll a persuasion check.
Oh boy!
I'm going to give you advantage.
Hell yeah! $16.
That's fucking hilarious. That was the
Plus 2
DC.
charisma, baby. Let's go.
That was the DC I had in my head. At this point, she's coming on to you fairly strong. There's been a little bit of banter in the last few weeks. You're feeling, pretty confident at this moment. And it is at this very moment that all of the wind is knocked out of you because she has a big old grasp on your lizard dick.
Oh wow. Okay.
I suppose that can be arranged. And at this point, she goes back and closes the door.
I was just going to say, like, kick the door shut.
Yeah. We're going to cut to black because I will not be.
Hey, that's totally
I
fine.
will not describe it further.
Yeah, no, that's
No, go into it. I want to hear it.
No. You hear it. Milo,
Go on
you
under my
absolutely.
fucking roof.
You know what? Let's go ahead and
Hey,
Yeah,
since we're
Dr.
getting a long
Stone
rest back,
movie.
can I choose new spells?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I'm gonna
Is-
choose spike. No. I want to choose. Where is it?
What the fuck? Are you gonna say spike growth?
Yeah, I'm gonna do spike growth and put it on the outside of the door. So
Oh. Okay,
Someone tries to like
for
open the
a
door.
moment,
No,
my
no, no, no,
brain went somewhere else, and I went,
no,
"Oh,
no,
what
no,
the fuck
no.
is happening here?
I'm gonna spike
That's
throw
odd."
the outside of the door
Okay,
and the doorknob and
okay.
everything. So
Um, at this point, Milo, you begin to hear a couple weird sounds. You go, "Oh, what's that?" And as you're going down, there's spikes all around the door to Krotoxel's cabin.
You nasty fuckers. I go back to bed. I put some cotton and some Vaseline in my ears and try and cover out the noise.
Do me a favor, Krotoxel, go ahead and roll me a d6.
a D6. A 3. Right. No,
Okay. You are the louder one.
beautiful.
Oh,
Yeah. I mean, I am a wizard, so
Yeah, yeah. It's a weird kind of throaty cackle almost.
sounds about right.
Um, and the one that gets the most of this is Double D, whose cabin is directly next to yours.
Hey, I told Double D this was gonna happen. So yeah.
And if you would like, I'll let you roll a performance check.
Hell yeah. Straight up D20.
Yep.
No, I have inspiration. I'm gonna use it here. This feels like a good moment.
That's hilarious.
Natural 20. Let's
Damn.
go. For a total of 22.
That's fucking awesome.
Totally worth it.
You do fucking great. Like,
Oh, yeah.
gee,
And that's why I'm the louder one.
yeah, yes, absolutely. Okay, well, the next morning comes, clearly. Um, and the at this point, all of the sounds would have subsided, in the early morning, for anyone who is listening, especially Double D, Milo, and likely Bobby Knock, who I like to imagine was ear pressed against like any door or floor, just trying to
Oh,
get as much as
Haggis
he
was
could.
totally like ear
Oh,
against the
Haggis was
door.
beating off.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I think Bobby Knock was being invasive. Haggis was being perverted.
Oh, absolutely.
Um, but yes, you, Kriltoxel, both you and Willow at this point wake up extremely sore, but extremely pleased.
Says.
Well, that was amazing. Holy cow.
I must say that that was different than I ever would have imagined.
You can fuck like that on water. I can't imagine what you can do on dry land.
I like to think that the waves helped a little bit,
Maybe.
but
Yeah. I don't know. Guess we'll have to find out.
I suppose so. We'll have to put that on the back burner, if you will. Um, but yes. All right. So now that that has subsided a little bit, would anyone who might be navigating, would anyone like to roll a d20, just to see how this day goes?
This is a straight D20.
Yes,
I got a 14.
a 14. Um, so the day is actually going to go pretty smoothly. It is, where you were actually getting pretty used to this warm tropical climate that was on Estertonus, but as you're, sailing past the islands, you're noticing that the temperature is dropping just oh so slightly. It's not yet a problem, um, but you are able to, you're able to tell the difference. But No serious winds, no strange waves. Actually, the wind is with you a little bit. But overall, just a very smooth day.
Woohoo!
Nice, 2 down.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys are going to have a few more days. Is there anything you guys would like to discuss in the interim?
You know, I don't. I always wonder what it's like to hang out with a Goliath. I wonder what they drink to get drunk. You know.
Hey, I'll be back in just a minute, guys. My dinner is downstairs. I'm gonna grab a bowl real quick.
Oh yeah, go eat your dinner.
Yep, I'll be back in a moment.
Dino Nuggies?
In a nice Glen McCallan 12 year.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Barely.
Not really. You're all muffled. Like
Probably should.
Can you hear me now?
yeah. Try.
Yeah. No, I can hear you. Tried to put my headphones on, but yeah, I guess it didn't work.
Really working out. Dude,
Yeah.
speaking of living on a boat, we just watched this documentary called Poop Cruise.
Yeah.
Holy shit! This Royal Caribbean cruise engine like failed, burned all the electrical lines and power.
Shit.
No AC, no amenities, and they come to find out that the toilets don't work.
Of
So
course.
they're shipwrecked or like dead in the water and towed back. It takes like a week or some shit from
Oh
Mexico
my God.
back to Mobile, Alabama, and the motherfuckers are popping Midol and other shit to like not poop because they're told to like pee in the shower and poop in these red bags.
Oh my God.
What's up?
They thought the situation would like handle itself a lot faster.
That's insane.
Dude, it's not even the crazy part.
Oh, what?
The goddamn ship overflows and floods with like black water, sewage.
Oh my God. Of course it did. Of course it did. I mean,
Yeah, it's
everything
like
else
everyone-
fails on the ship.
Oh, and these people are like stuck to like living on the top deck with like their fucking mattresses and like sheets made into these tents.
That's so fucking disgusting. Oh my God.
At an hour, it's worth the watch on Netflix. It's fucking.
Okay, yeah. I'll take a look.
Even though I just gave you the entire thing, like,
No, it still sounds worth it.
Sorry about that. I had to go get my butter chicken.
Butter
oh,
chicken.
yeah, tasty.
Mm.
I
Um,
could get canceled in a few years when this surfaces on the internet somewhere. Should probably change my
Fuck.
name. I am not the man listed here. I am but a figment of your imagination.
Doobly.
But yes, all right. So these
The
the
internet.
first full day passes by extremely smoothly. Um, and you guys are able to rest up. One of the things that you guys have noticed is that Drogar, it seems like he had been shaken up for an extended period of time after everything that had happened in the Devon ruins, and he had been kind of coming back from it. Um, Him and his little shark buddy that you guys had gotten, a couple of weeks ago. They have been running around on the deck, kind of crashing into things constantly. Um, but yeah, that's kind of been one of the things that you guys have been, entertaining yourselves with, except for Krilltoxel. He has other things. But everyone else has kind of just been watching that and going, what the fuck? Why is there? Oh, that's right. We have a fucking shark.
So is it like an actual shark? I don't remember this. What?
Oh, yeah. So this was when, like, the session before we took, like, that fucking 9-month break. I had a bunch of little fucking shark creatures that have legs, and they all started to attack your ship.
Oh my god! Yeah, and
And
he rolled
one of
like
them, and
20
that motherfucker rolled 2 natural 20s on me, and I was like, well, I guess you have a fucking pet shark. This
That's
is
right.
dumb.
I remember that now. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's coming back to me.
Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of what Double D has been you know, occupying himself with. Um Mavis is taking an extreme amount of interest in this little shark because he does, and he makes it very clear he's a big animal lover.
Nice.
But yeah, first full day goes extremely smoothly. Um, and if there's nothing else you guys would like to do, you guys are able to rest up and you go into the second full day. Would anyone like to roll another D20?
What else roll up this time?
Milo, why don't you roll one?
Oh, for sure, Poppy. Hold on. Gonna give you a natural 12.
Natural 12. Extremely average. And again, not much
Slightly
is
above
happening out except at this point, before the air was getting a tiny bit frigid. It was just kind of getting, like, oh wow, it's very tropical. The first full day, you like, oh, okay, it's getting a little cooler. It's bordering on cold now. You're not quite uncomfortable, but you're definitely noticing this change in weather.
Hmm. Seems like I should go look for warmer clothes.
Yeah. If Did you guys purchase warmer clothes when you were on Ashen Rock?
That's a great question. That was among our things to do, but I think we literally just kept forgetting to do that. I don't think we actually ever did.
Well,
We're
you
about to
guys,
freeze your bits off.
It's all right. We'll just get clothes when we get there. All right.
Yeah, you're right.
you
You're right.
guys might be a little ill-suited for this.
Your mother, all right? That's all I gotta say. Can we make a quick detour somewhere?
I was gonna say, Dan, I have a question. Like, are we heading to a known port? Like,
Not, I
do we
mean,
know of a port on Moonfell?
you can make a history check.
I would love to do that. Jeez. Dirty 20. Nope. Wait.
Sure.
Yeah.
Dirty 20?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
There's not necessarily a port. The only thing that you would know, and really the only trade that is done on Moonfell, is people that are able to do trade with the Pearl Guard.
Hmm.
That's really the only thing that you really know. They do have a number of, it's not quite a city or anything like that, but they would have an encampment somewhere. You're not exactly sure. You believe it might be in the southern part of the islands. Um, and they would have, some goods for sale, but you also know that the Pearl Guard is very interested in things such as treasure hunting, as well as fighting whatever might be coming from Eadril. Those are the things that you mostly know of the Pearl Guard. So not necessarily a port, but if you play your cards right, and very, very buttery sweet to them, then they might be willing to trade with you.
God.
Well, Captain, we can either risk it with these pearly folks, or might be a little difficult to, cozy our way in, but might be better to make a pit stop somewhere. What's that? Tan Island, just south of
Oh,
Tonus.
you would have to make me another history check for that one.
Okay. 19.
19. That island would be Coven. Now, Coven is an interesting place considering it is, weirdly enough, it seems to be a fairly barren island, but there seems to be some activity there, but you're not completely sure. You know that a lot of people on Ashen Rock are pretty wary of, about going to Coven.
I'll write that down.
In fact, with a 19, you would also get that um, certain people around the island of Ashen Rock have said fairly disparaging things about sea elves, but you're not completely sure why. It's a little odd.
Interesting.
Yeah. Just for like when I'm saying it's cold, it's kind of like as of this moment, and you guys aren't, you guys are still dressed for tropical weather. You guys might have some other gear that might be a tiny bit warmer. It just won't be like fur lined or anything like that. And you guys would have blankets and things such as that. On the second day, I'm not saying it's cold yet, but it's getting to the point where you're just like, oh, maybe I shouldn't be wearing shorts. Maybe this is a t-shirt and jeans kind of day. But you just have to imagine it's going to continue getting a little bit colder.
Copy
Okay.
that. It seems like we should top off.
It does indeed. We need to find a place where we can top off, though.
Yeah. You would know that the only port that you are familiar with, that is even near Moonfell is going to be back on Ashen Rock. So you guys will just have to make that decision if you want to kind of continue going forth to Moonfell. Just might be a bit cold, and hope that you find the Pearl Guard. Basically just bring fucking blankets with you in the meantime. Or you guys can add, essentially, it'll be about an extra week and a half to 2 weeks of travel.
Just to go back.
Yeah, so going to Ashen Rock, it doesn't take 2 weeks to get to Ashen Rock, but by the time that you're going from where you are right now, because you guys went from the southern part of Estertonus and are sailing towards Moonfell, it would basically take about 2 weeks to go to Ashen Rock and then go to where you're heading towards on Moonfell. Like in all honesty, you guys would probably be fine. You just might not want to do a massive 2 week expedition on Moonfell while you're, fucking cold.
Yeah. All right.
Hey, who knows? Maybe we'll find some frozen corpses. We can take their
Yeah,
parkas.
they're fucking parkas. Yeah, perfect. I like the way you think, buddy. All the frozen fingers you can have, they're like fish sticks for you.
I mean, I'm up for a little frozen adventure, Captain. I don't feel like turning around
I
just
think we're
for
both
a
buddies.
little coat. Worst case, if we do run into the Pearl Guard and things don't go, favorably, we get a little skirmish, maybe a coat or two goes missing off a dead body. Who's gonna care? But yeah, I think we go for it.
I think so too. I think we'll risk it for the biscuit, boss man.
All right. Is there anything else you guys would like to discuss before the second full day commences?
No,
Okay. Well, in that case, the next night goes by smoothly. A couple of you, anyone that might be on the deck of the ship, see a clear uh, aurora borealis at this point. You see just beautiful lights, just waves of lights lighting up the sky, and it's extremely beautiful. The farther you get away from, more populated islands like Ashton Rock and such, you see the true natural beauty of this archipelago. With that being said, you guys wake up and you are able to get into the next full day of travel. Um, you probably have at least one more full day after this one, barring any setbacks. That being said, can I please get a D20 roll from Zecora?
What am
Let's go.
Roll a D20.
Z. Let's go Z.
I straight D20?
Yep.
13.
Another middle to pack day. The winds aren't really favoring you guys anymore, but they're not really against you. The one thing that you're noticing is officially got to the point that you guys are like, huh, it's cold enough my nipples are hard. That's for sure. That this is getting a bit chilly.
I would like to take out my full body leopard print coat.
Where the fuck did you get a full body leopard print coat?
Don't ask.
Roll a D20 to trick the DM. Just to fuck with me. Why not?
You're
you roll high
bullshit.
enough, I'll allow it.
I love these rolls.
Yeah, why not?
16, fine?
It's kind of like, so this coat is not particularly like super warm. It is a little bit more for show. It's kind of like something a trophy wife might be wearing, but
Yeah.
it's adding another layer.
Exactly. Trophy wife.
Yeah, no, it's yeah, absolutely. It does maybe a little bit. You're a tiny bit warmer than you were previously.
I look good.
And just so you know, this is not like a snow leopard or anything like that. This is like tan, and you are now getting into the point where you're beginning to see a little bit of ice on the water. So you look out of place, but you look great.
I love me.
Oh, fucking no.
Lovely indeed.
Previously, you guys were seeing a bunch of, like wildlife in the water. You weren't seeing dolphins. There were no dolphins near you, but you were seeing certain things. You would occasionally see some flying fish, maybe a stingray occasionally going by the water. But at this point, the farther you get, It seems like most of the aquatic life is completely gone. Even a lot of the birds are beginning to shy away from the southern part of the archipelago. Is there anything you guys would like to do before the third day wraps up?
I think I want to drop a fishing line.
gonna say, can I go for a cold plunge in the morning?
Yeah.
You okay? Let's start with the fishing line. Okay, so yeah, you guys would have some fishing lines on the boat. Go ahead and yeah, go ahead and roll me a d20 just to see how successful you are.
Natural 14.
Natural 14. What would this be actually? Let's see if you would add anything because I'm trying to even think.
Maybe survival. I don't know. That's the only thing I could think of.
Yeah, I'll say
Maybe a
survival.
dex, I don't know. For
Yeah,
casting
let's do a
line.
general dexterity. You can add your dex bonus to it.
19.
That's right, rogues. Yeah, okay. At this point, after maybe only a couple of minutes, and it's weird you didn't even put a bait on it, you are able to something snags on your line. You realize pretty quickly that you are not strong enough to be able to reel whatever is attached to this line.
Hey, Krill, get over here. I got something fucking huge on here.
Aye, Captain.
I race over to help the captain.
Okay. At this point, you can see Milo is beginning to slip, and it looks like he might soon go overboard.
I grabbed the rod to help
Okay.
stabilize the rod.
Okay. I need a combined strength check from the
I don't
two
like
of you.
bury myself in the coat. I want to go and hang
Can I
on.
guidance myself as I race over to do this?
No, I'm not gonna allow it this time.
That's fine. It's fine. I gotta ask,
Fair enough. Yeah. This is really split thinking, and there's a lot of semantic components. I mean, like
I got a 12.
12. Okay, Milo.
11.
11. Okay. You at this point are coming to a bit of a standstill with whatever is attached to this line. You're not really reeling it in just yet. Zecora, do you have
down a little bit? We'll get her. This is where it starts.
Oh,
um
we got to pull in unison, Captain.
Zecora, were you trying to say something?
I heard my name, so I go over to go look over, and I see Krill and Milo, and I go and hang on to Krill's waist.
Okay.
Fish on, fish on.
I didn't
Okay.
say I was going to help pull back, but I
Okay. Let's get another round of strength checks. Krilltoxo, because Zecora is helping you specifically, you get to roll with advantage.
Okay.
If you guys roll a 25 combined, you guys will be able to reel in whatever is attached to this.
Let's go. Ooh, first one's really good. It's gonna be hard to beat that one.
Take a 12.
I got a 22.
Oh, fuck yes. At this point, the two of you are just or the three of you actually pull back, and immediately a massive fish sort of just pops out of the water. It looks like it looks like it's some kind of halibut.
Ooh, nice.
Or something similar to a halibut, is now beginning to flop on the deck.
Hey, Double D. We got some good cooking for you.
Oh, what do you have? Oh, fuck.
Yeah, it took all three of us to get her in.
Oh shit! It's a massive fish. It is probably 5.5 feet long. You'd have to imagine it weighs about 140, 150 pounds. It's a big one.
I'm going to grab my boot knife, right? And I'm going to hop on top of it and wrestle it and try and just jam my knife right in its brain.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Make an attack roll.
Ooh, natural 16. What is that? Strength?
That'll fucking hit. Yeah, I mean, you would add
I
your
get it.
attack
It's your
bonus.
dagger, yeah. Whatever you.
So yeah, 15.
Yeah, I mean, and not to mention, if you want, you can sneak attack this. You're alone attacking a fish.
Yeah, there's three of us here too. Yeah, we're all
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
at this
15.
point,
holding it down.
you're wrestling a massive halibut, and because of your subclass, you will get a sneak attack.
Yeah,
So
20
you
points.
immediately just sever everything it needed in order to breathe. And within about it's bleeding a lot over the deck, and you could visibly see Frederick go, "Oh, fuck." Um, but besides that, after maybe a minute or two, it's the flopping, is starting to subside. At this point, you have a massive thing of halibuts.
Get this puppy on ice. I don't know what the hell we're all looking at. It's standing here.
At this point, you guys are able to help bring this halibut over to the kitchen, so Double D may be able to start working his magic on it, and Frederick immediately goes to start cleaning the deck. Um, for lunch for this particular day, the entire crew is able to eat a really nice meal. It's kind of like almost like a creamy mustard poached halibut with a nice like potato side, almost like a roasted potato.
Perfect.
And it is an extremely delicate and flavorful fish. I say this because I cooked halibut last night. It is very tasty. Um, but yeah, you guys have a fantastic meal.
I'm gonna help Freddie out too. I'm gonna do a tidal wave over the deck. To
Okay, yeah. You
wash
kind of do a
blood
tidal
off.
wave and it washes some of the blood back into the water. Um, and he goes, "Oh, thank you very much, sir."
Oh yeah, of course. You know, I can't leave all the work to you, Freddie, my boy.
Well, I have to earn my keep, but thank you
Well, yeah,
nonetheless.
there's plenty of shit to clean up in the bathrooms and move shit to move downstairs. You know, the cargo. There's lots of work.
Sure.
Sure.
Well, that's very, very kind. Thank you. Um, with that, you guys are able to finish up your lunch. Is there anything else you guys would like to do in the meantime?
I got nothing.
Okay. Zach, in case you're talking, you're muted, just so you know. I'm not sure if you're trying to say anything, but um, if not, that will end your third full day. Um, At this point, the farther you or the closer you get to Moonfell, it is beginning to get to the point that you're like, okay, let's get some blankets because this shit's getting a little cold.
Fucking A it is.
Yeah. Um, some of you guys actually begin to huddle together a little bit for warmth. You notice that a couple of people, at night, or even if just fully clothed, are kind of like sleeping together just because it's getting like, oh fuck, we're not used to this, and it's just a little more comfortable that way. You guys can choose whether or not you would like to do that. Crotoxel, he has different plans.
Yeah, that's fine. He's cold blooded, man. He'll figure it out.
Yeah. Um, All right. If there's nothing else you guys would like to discuss, we can move on to the fourth day. Can I get any of you to roll a d20? I do not care who.
I'll give it to you.
All right, go right ahead.
Natural 19. Read
Nine.
it, you fucking nerd.
Wow, 19. Okay. At this point, the winds are considerably in your favor, which is convenience because you notice that there's a lot of ice clusters, or, almost like little small icebergs beginning to form. They're on the horizon, and with your guys' navigation, you're able to easily just kind of guide your way through. Krilltoxo, Milo, and Willow. Three of you are able to do this kind of seamlessly. It seems very natural to the three of you. Um, it is getting to the point that it's a little fucking cold. Before it was like, oh, this is kind of chilly, and now it's like, oh, this is, yeah, it's cold now. Okay, fuck. It's not serious. You guys aren't going to get frostbite or hypothermia or anything like that, but it's certainly getting to the point that's a little uncomfortable.
Then we got like a flame.
You guys can I mean, if you guys have any flame-based spells, I know that Double D does, except his are, I know he has like Fireball and Scorching Ray and shit like that.
We got
Um,
like cooks. Should be warm in there.
yeah. And a number of you would be able to huddle into the kitchen. He also is able to create flames with his breath, as he is in fact a dragonborn. So yeah, if you guys want to be especially careful, considering the fact that you guys are on a wooden boat, you guys can try to carefully collect certain things, create maybe some controlled small fires.
Hell yeah.
That's also easy enough, and I'm not even going to make you guys roll for that. Um, but this day, you guys are also able to tell that you might be able to cut off a little bit of time from this trip, and you're beginning, and towards the end of the day, you can start to see land on the horizon. So you guys, because of the winds, you might be able to get there in the morning. Um, is there anything you guys would like to do? That's fucking weird. So is there anything you guys would like to do?
Let's try and stay alive, baby. Debate on unnecessary parts of the ship we can burn.
Okay. You guys are able to collect a number of things. You guys have some lanterns as well that, will keep maybe a single person a tiny bit warm. Uh, but yeah, you guys also are able to collect enough things such as stone or, small bits of ammunition that you can get together and create a small flame thanks to Double D. And especially a bunch of you are actually going to be in the kitchen. And Stubble D is able to come out with a fairly warm sort of fish stew. He has a little bit of like almost like curry and coconut milk and stuff like that, and some ginger. And he's able to make a fairly good kind of curry soup.
All right.
Delicious.
On and on.
On and on.
If there's nothing else you guys would like to discuss, we can move into the fifth and clearly final day as you guys are clearly beginning to approach Moonfell. Can I get one last person to roll a d20?
I can do it.
Go ahead.
Got a 11.
No, a single roll below 10. That's pretty impressive.
Hell yeah.
Not much really happens. There are a couple of times that you guys hit a little bit of a larger iceberg, but no real damage to the hull or anything like that. Yeah, and eventually you guys are able to find an appropriate spot on the southern part of Moonfell where you're able to dock.
You said on the southern part of Moonfell?
Yes, you guys were approaching the southern part of Moonfell because that is where you guys would recognize, that might be where the Pearl Guard could be. You're not sure. You don't really have any leads for the northern part as well, so you're not completely sure.
Okay.
I have one
Um,
question to ask.
what was that?
Where's the moon and how did it fall?
very funny. Looks like a crescent moon, woman.
Looks like an icy turd.
That too, but that also makes me question your health a little bit.
Mountain Dew diet.
Oh boy. That'll do it. Baja Blast. Oh fuck. Um, okay, so yes, a number of you guys are able at this point, it's it's fucking cold. There's not much else to say. It's not getting cold. It's fucking cold. Um, you guys are able to maybe collect enough cloth and clothing, especially over the last few days, that you're going to be uncomfortable while traversing any part of Moonfell, but you're not going to be, like losing fingers or anything like that. This is not Antarctica or anything. Think this is getting it's more like Minnesota cold.
Oh,
Minnesota.
Minnesota nice?
You do not see any people. You don't even see any animals.
What a shit.
Yeah, you see absolutely nothing at this point. It is fairly barren. You do notice a number of pieces of wood sticking out of the water. You're able to, and give me a perception check real quick.
And all of us?
I'll let the two of you do it.
Percept. I percept. Mediocre. 6.
Actually, 15
Okay.
is the
All right.
Yeah.
Fair. So Corey, you don't really see anything. Milo, you're able to see enough things, kind of wooden posts and everything popping out of the water. It looks like most of them are rotting and have been here for a while. It might be some formerly crashed ships.
nice.
Yeah. You're not able to get much else, but you are able to go, okay, so some other people have been here.
Obviously not lived.
Yeah, one of them in particular looks to be the newest one, and it looks to be a fairly slender ship. Um, it looked like it might have been pretty fast, and it looks fairly nice, but at this point, it is pretty much entirely destroyed.
Great. We're headed straight through this?
Who are we docking?
You guys are able to find a plate. You guys are able to find a spot where you can anchor, and you can go ahead and get on a rowboat and begin to make your way to the shores of Moonfell.
We do that.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Just for the sake of arguments, we're gonna say all of you guys are doing it, even though there's only three of you here. Um, yeah, we're just gonna say you're all there, because fuck it. But you guys are able to make your way to the shores of Moonfell, and it's fairly icy from here on out, and you don't see much on the horizon. But yeah, if you guys would like, you can begin traversing the island.
As quickly as possible.
Yeah, it is fucking cold. So you guys are moving. Would you guys like to move really quickly? Would you like to kind of, you know, be a little sneakier? Like what would you guys like to do?
Like,
Quick? Okay. Um, in that case, you guys can go right ahead. You guys are going very quickly. Kind of almost like fast walking because you guys are really fucking cold again. Um, you would know that it is not a particularly wide island, so it doesn't take too long necessarily to get to the other side. Maybe only 2.5 days worth of travel. Um, can I get a D20 for whoever is leading this exhibition?
yeah. 15.
15. Okay. Uh,
Rowing.
you're kind of moving in a bit of a northwest sort of direction. Yeah, and you're able to see pretty clearly that you were going in the correct direction. You don't know exactly where the Pearl Guard might be, but you know, you're leading confidently nonetheless. What is your guys' passive perception?
I think it's like a 12.
Yeah, for all three of you.
Okay, I'm back. What do I need to do? Sorry. Danny.
No, you're good, man. What's your passive perception?
18.
18. Okay.
Wisdom's my highest score.
There you go.
What's your passive perception?
What
It's
high?
10 plus.
Yeah.
Plus whatever you have in perception. If you don't have anything in perception, it's just plus your wisdom.
Oh,
Yeah, if you're proficient in,
I am
in
an
perception, then you would add a lot.
Yeah, so like I'm proficient in perception, so mine's 10 plus 8, so I get 18.
16, my boy.
16, that's pretty solid. Sakura?
10.
10. Okay, there you go. Zakora, you're just kind of trudging along. You're really fucking cold and there's not a lot else to think about. Milo, you're looking out, but you don't exactly see much. At this point, you guys are probably 3, 4 hours into traveling. Kroltoxel, you at one point you notice as all of you are walking through this barren, cold fucking wasteland. You see a number of little, almost mounds, kind of like it looks like just little snow mounds.
How far away?
Uh, pretty damn close, within about 20 feet. And you notice with your 18 passive perception, you notice a number of them. At first, you think it might just be 4 or 5, and then it's 10, and then it's more.
Uh, I'm gonna go. Oh, Captain, hold on a second. I got something strange going on here. There's a bunch of little mounds. I don't know if they're little hidey holes or dead bodies maybe buried, or I don't know.
You're saying this aloud, Chimilo?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, go right ahead then. Um, sorry, were you saying something before Milo?
What?
I'm gonna take that as a no. Um, but as you say this out loud to Milo and the rest of the party, um, one of the mounds directly in front of you begins to rise, and out of it appears a soldier in sort of a white, or almost like a milk white armor, holding a spear out in front of him. He goes, "Halt! You are trespassing. State your business."
Captain. Yeah.
We're geological explorers here for an excursion to partake and sample the current landscape and take a better reading of the area.
Go ahead and make me a deception check.
Can Haggis inspire him?
Inspiring would require a semantic component. So it wouldn't be fucking sneaky. It's not like he just waves his hand and he's inspired.
I'm gonna say he's a bard. He has to like play a.
Yeah, he's got to fucking like whether it's guidance or whether it's inspiring someone, they'd have to say something, or inspiring would likely be singing something, or you would have to play on his instrument and kind of go, look at that, inspired. Which you can. You just run the risk.
Six. 23.
We were not told of any such excursion. What is your name?
My apologies. It seems like our paperwork must have gotten lost in translation or transition. You know how it is here. Things get lost in the fold, right?
New hires, what do you do?
Yeah, come on.
Oh,
But I'm Milo Thornscraper. We can just get along with this business, and we can all be on our way. Um, we are needing some supplies before we head out, and if we could meet with some people to trade or purchase said equipment, that would be amazing.
so just so I understand, you're here for an excursion to check the landscape, yet you're clearly dressed in springtime clothes and are in need of supplies.
More spur of the moment kind of excursions. You know how it is. We were in the area, thought we'd drop in. Didn't have time to go back and swap everything out. So we just figured we'll just plow on ahead, keep with our timelines and such. We're busy people, and we don't want to keep holding you guys up.
Did Zanjin send for you?
Yep.
Really? Zanjin sent for you specifically?
Sure.
Oh, that's strange. I made up that fucking name right now.
Yeah, I figured.
At this point, 20 other mounds begin to rise up with similarly dressed soldiers. That was an interesting little lie. I'm, kind of curious about how you thought that was going to work.
I didn't.
That
But-
that checks.
You can never. Yeah, I don't know.
So I'm going to ask again. Exactly what are you doing here?
All right, we got a shopping list of shit to get for our fucking boss. That's what we're up to.
I would like to step in and say, go put my fist out to dap him up. It's up my vertically equivalent brethren.
He does not he does not dap you up or anything. In fact, as you can kind of approach him, he goes, "You can stay there."
I like your confidence. We are here on a quest. Can we speak to someone here of high authority?
You wish to speak to someone of high authority, yet you still haven't said exactly what you're looking for.
To be honest, I don't even know what we're looking for.
We're looking for something. How do I describe it?
He doesn't even
I'm
know.
not even sure it exists, but an elusive material component needed for a ritual I would like to conduct in my god's favor.
Make a persuasion check.
This is a religious endeavor, obviously, sir. And you wouldn't get in the way of religion and politics, would you?
Right? Yeah.
What did you say? Persuasion? Yeah.
Would you?
15. 15.
15.
Bernie.
We're on a mission from Gad, you see.
I haven't been quite forthcoming with the details to my captain. I just simply told him we needed to go here. Excuse me. I myself was not quite fully aware of the livability of said island, so that potentially falls on myself.
So just to confirm, the group of you decided to go without any winter clothes to a snowy island where the vast majority of you does not completely understand what you're looking for.
Yeah,
Sounds about
that's
right.
so hard to understand.
In
about.
our defense, though, we were attacked quite often on our way out here.
I
Trying
think I'm
to,
brain damaged.
you know, it was a lot of like hurried, get on the ship and go kind of, kind of thing.
You
we
know,
caught this fish
I
that's like 5.5 feet long. Like
You want?
this shit's crazy out here. So, look, we're not here to do anything fucked up. I don't think. So, until we like fuck up, man, why don't you I don't know, give us some grace.
Like our Lord does.
Yeah. Yeah.
and exactly who is your lord?
We're the big guy in the sky. Come on, asshole. Why are we really grilling each other over this,
The
huh?
one Almighty.
My lord would be the enlightened one.
So one of you is going to give me a clear answer. Okay. How about this? We'll go and you get your wish. You'll be able to speak to someone. But if our leader doesn't deem you to be truthful, we're going to put arrows in your back.
All right.
Fair.
Well, if you want a true statement, here's one. You can write this shit down. All right. You ready?
Go right ahead.
Yeah, sounds like a plan, dude. Whatever you fucking want.
I suppose so. Yeah. All right. At this point, you'd see that the person you have been speaking to is dressed. Oh, he's adorned with like almost like not quite a cape, but it does look almost like a small like little cloak. It's pure white, just kind of like the rest of the snow. You would imagine that it helps him hide a little bit. He is adorned with it looks like a little bit more or just certain adornments that separate himself from the other, like 24, 25 soldiers here. Um, I suppose you get to meet the big man. Um,
Fucking bigger than this guy, obviously. Fucking dick.
hmm.
Mm.
So fucking salty. Straight from the
Oh,
ocean. All right, let's move forward. Oh, by the way, I forgot to ask. Are you all cold right now?
you know
Maybe.
what? I'm not even going to answer that. But
Oh,
yeah.
I was just going to say, good, fuck you.
Yeah,
And
I know.
and he begins to move sort of northwest. At this point, you all are kind of in a line with soldiers. Uh, about 4 or 5 soldiers hang back where they originally found you guys, but the rest of them are traveling with you, just with crossbows sort of to their sides. Um, After about 2.5, 3 hours of traveling, you guys are able to you see a small settlement. It looks fairly small, just kind of coming up on the horizon or just coming up on a hill, but you notice pretty quickly that there are hundreds of individuals here. They are extremely well camouflaged. Um, and based off of what you know of the islands, you can deduce that this is likely to be the Pearl Guard.
Well, that was easy.
Um, the ranger at the very front who has a bow, strapped to his back and he has a spear in his hand, that the one that you had been speaking to previously, still guides you. Um, and as you're beginning to walk into the settlement, you see a number of individuals, mostly humans, and dwarves. Those are the two most prominent races that you see in this settlement. Um, some people kind of look on you guys look at you guys and go, huh, they look fucking stupid, and kind of just go back into their huts or doing whatever they were doing previously. Um, at this point, you guys see a larger structure. Everything else kind of just looks like a small hut. Um, but you finally see one structure. It looks to just be about 2 stories high. Um, and out in front, you see a large flagpole. But rather than just a flag, you actually see a cage with an individual inside.
Hey man, what'd that guy do?
Probably lied.
Oh, the same person that you were speaking to previously. Oh, he had certain desires for this island. It didn't quite match up with what our own objectives are.
Conquer.
And by that, I mean he wanted to steal from us. Well, the big man does like to make an entrance after all. And he goes and he flips something, and the bottom of the cage opens up, and this individual drops it down. It is an older male human. Their skin is almost getting blue at this point because they are completely naked. Um, and he goes, "Hey, am I free? Just let me." And as he says that, a large kind of blade comes through from the back and through the front of his chest. And almost like out of Looney Tunes, he is immediately shot back into the 2 story building. And coming out of the door is a Goliath with blue paintings covering his head and his arms, and this is a larger Goliath than you have seen previously. Um, and just with almost like Kratos's Blades of Chaos, has this old man just completely stuck onto his blade before he just flings him off. He goes, just in case I had to make room. I was told of the arrival of a number of individuals who don't seem to be, well, don't exactly seem to fit in to our climate and have given a number of strange answers explaining why they're here. My name, my name is Titanus. Now, I can be extremely kind to individuals. At other times, I am not. So, I will give you one chance now. Why don't you tell me why you're here?
A treasure hunt, if you will.
Sorry,
Shut the fuck up.
I'm writing his name down.
Yeah, Titanus. Titanius.
U.S. Okay, so he doesn't quite have anus in his name.
No, that was on purpose.
I was wondering about it. I was like, was that intentional? Tight anus. Yes, I love it. How does his ass look? Krill takes a peek.
You don't, he's still facing you, so
Can't see it from the front. Okay.
make a perception check.
Good. Okay. 14.
14. You still can't see his ass, but god damn are his quads big. I mean, holy shit, kind
I
of
can
big.
only imagine that his name lives up to it. So
Yeah, yeah.
he probably does have a tight anus.
Like he
Loves to get
just
back.
has like a ridiculous gym setup. This man towers over you guys. like even Zakora, he is a solid 2.5, 3 feet taller than you.
I look up to him and say, "That's what I'm talking about."
Hello, little ones.
That's what I usually say.
Does he have hair on him? Actually, I'm not going to insult him. You know what? Never mind.
No, like most Goliaths, he is completely bald.
Okay. I was wondering.
He is not
I was
Grog.
gonna call him Bald One, but like just stating the obvious, But I'll just
That'd be kind of like calling a human, "Hey, skinned one."
Well,
Oh
he
wait, you
called
all
us
have
small
skin.
ones, It's like obviously we're smaller than you, like duh.
Oh, hey, big one. How are you?
Hello, Bald One. Like we just pointing out the obvious, or like no. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna choose not to insult it though.
Right. Okay.
That's what I was wondering about though. I will go. Hello, sir. It's quite a lovely place you have here. Little cooler than I'm used to, but
Clearly, I can tell.
still absolutely beautiful.
So exactly what islands are you sailing from?
Ashen Rock.
Ashen Rock. I've
Yes.
never visited myself, but oh, the southernmost part of the empire.
Yeah, it's a real hello. I'm not gonna lie.
Hmm.
Active volcano, that kind of thing. And yeah.
We're in a cruel world, very few places of comfort. And now, well, I'm sure that you are an impeccable conversationalist. My answer still goes, or my question still goes unanswered.
I mean, you asked where we sailed from. You asked what you
The first one,
treated us.
exactly what are you doing here?
Oh, guess I didn't hear that one. We're just looking for supplies.
Treasure hunt.
Those are two different answers. So
I didn't hear what she said.
she said treasure hunt.
Oh, treasure hunt. Well, then,
Same thing.
same thing.
So one is, I would have to assume you're not purely just looking for supplies. Otherwise, you wouldn't have come to one of the more inhospitable islands in the archipelago.
That's not entirely true. The supplies we're seeking for, not sure where we can find them, hence the treasure hunting nature of our aspect as well. We're kind of hunting for this supplies, which makes it a treasure to us. It's a rare ingredient component, that kind of thing.
Hmm. Okay, then. Exactly what are you looking for then?
Are we just standing out in the open?
Yes, there are probably at least 30 individuals surrounding you guys. That does not include this Goliath and the Ranger that had been leading you. The Ranger is just like a few feet away from the Goliath at this point from Titanus. Um, and he seems to maybe be like second in charge.
I will look at him. I'll just kind of look around and go, I don't mind continuing this conversation. However, I'd like to do it where there aren't so many ears lurking about. And I just kind of look behind him towards the tent he came out of.
Every one of my soldiers takes 5 years to train. Most don't survive the ordeals.
That's all well and good, sir. I have seen some crazy shit in the last month. And if what I learned in the last week, an entire island has just been dissolved, and I'm not sure how quickly that happened, but it must have been pretty fast. So,
An island dissolved? What exactly do you mean?
again, I don't mind continuing this conversation, but I'd like to do it where maybe there aren't so many ears.
Hmm.
You might vouch for your soldiers, but I can't vouch for them or for you yet. So
Fine. We'll let the three of you come inside. Brio,
Oh, I'm
the
done.
ranger looks to Jim and goes, "Sir, if they make a sudden move, kill the halfling first. He's the smallest target after all."
Mhm.
Makes sense. And he leads the three of you inside, while the rest of your party is still outside, kind of just like with people looking at them.
I wave.
As you, yeah, kind of just everyone's like Double D is like waving. Haggis flips you the bird. Um,
Yeah.
as you begin to walk inside, you see a number of, it almost looks like trophies. You see heads of different creatures. Some are from maybe like polar bears or something of that like. You see some from large serpents, and you see it looks almost to be a throne with the skull of a dragon.
That are nice.
Impressive.
And as
What color?
it does look to be a blue skull,
Mm.
likely coming from a white dragon. As you guys continue to move in, Titanus goes over to his sort of makeshift throne. Um, and Brio's keeping an extremely close eye on you guys. There are a few different soldiers still on the inside, but not as many as previously. So I hope this is more to your liking. Oh, I would not want you to be uncomfortable.
Oh,
But
I could, quite frankly, care less about the cold. Pain does not bother me, sir. I'm on a path of enlightenment, so discomfort is part of, just the everyday.
a mission from your God, if you will.
That's what I told your guy on the way in here. Yep. Like I said, I'm just looking for ingredients for a spell for a ritual.
Okay. Well, now that we're far away from as many prying eyes and sensitive ears, why don't you tell me what this little component is that you're looking for that was worth traveling to Moonfell?
Well, I have an idea. Well, maybe an idea is not the best way. A hunch, maybe, that it has something to do with maybe why this place was named Moonfell. I could be entirely wrong, but it kind of sounds like it was named after one of the moons. Maybe a moon fell from space. What sounds like a moon. I don't know, maybe like a asteroid or a star or something. Some sort of rock. Fell. That's maybe how it got its name. We're looking for part of that. For part of that rock. We're looking for a little bit of moon dust, little star dust. Something along those lines.
Oh, interesting. Someone is looking to make a wish. Is that what I'm getting at?
I mean, potentially. I don't know. We do have maybe other purposes for it as well, but like I said, we're just looking for ingredients.
Hmm. There are only a few people that have ever come looking for that component, Stardust. Now, we had one not actually that long ago, coming under the banner of some claw.
I was gonna say 3 red claws, maybe
Hmm.
across the chest.
Oh, you're familiar with them.
Yeah, I have. We have
Hmm.
run into them, a time or two. That was the other thing that I was actually going to mention, the dissolved island, as it were. A couple days ago, we actually ran into a few other lizard folk. Didn't recognize them quite. At first, I recognized their clan a little bit. They said something strange, and then said something about the island of Chuakos being the tribes on the island have been scattered and broken apart. And I have a feeling, I mean, this stampede that they mentioned, their clan might be part of it, but I have a feeling that the three claws that you ran into maybe are behind it as well, where they've caused some other trouble throughout the islands.
I've heard rumors that I don't exactly wish to divulge to those I don't know. I've told you my name. What exactly is yours?
Oh, pardon me. My name's Krill Toxel. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Krill Toxel. And the two of you, what are your names?
This would be my captain, and this would be our muscle. This is Captain Milo, and this would be Z.
Z, Milo. Pleasure to meet you all. Now, I must say that I'm not quite as familiar with this three-clawed Red Claw gang. Not, it's not one that has appeared before 2 weeks ago when a small ship came to our shores looking for this stardust. Now, let's see how you react to this information. We do have stardust. I don't wish to give it away. Now, when I told this to these individuals, they thought that they might be able to take it by force. However, as you might imagine, that did not go very well for them. You see one of the soldiers brings out, it looks to be a spine with the skull still attached to it that has been completely cleaned. He goes, that was one pole. That was the first person I took out. It made them shit their pants. It was very entertaining for me, I must say. Always
Gotta
have
say,
to.
that's is some impressive handiwork there.
Ah, thank you very
But
much.
unfortunately, it doesn't do jack shit to intimidate us because we're not gonna fight you. That we didn't come here to fight you. That's like again, we're not here to fight you. We're like we knew that coming in that was not an option, right? We came in. We just maybe want to
Sure.
trade with you guys a little bit for some cold weather gear. Maybe you guys point us in a direction, hopefully the right direction, and then we're out of your hair. Maybe we go kill those fucking three claws along the way. Get some more fucking dirt out from under your nails.
I like the fact that you might do have a little bit of brains to you, more than the others did. I like that. Now, why don't you tell me a little bit about this Red Claw gang? This kind of information doesn't come to me very often, so indulge me.
Well,
If you so choose, you
I'll
can.
start at the beginning,
Yeah.
I guess, and tell him about the raid on Ashen Rock, and then tell him basically about all our interactions with them since then.
Oh, so do you want to tell him everything?
I mean, maybe
You got-
leave out the part
This
where
isn't a trick
Frederick's-
question. I'm at.
I
Say that
think
again.
maybe just leave out the part where Fredericks was one of them. Like maybe I don't
Okay.
tell them about Frederick so that they
Okay.
don't just go out to our ship and kill him, But
Fair enough. Okay. Yeah. So
Um,
is that the only thing you would like to leave out of it?
I can't think of if there's anything. I definitely want to tell them that like they were recruiting people, and they
Uh-huh.
might have like spies inside other places because they might have had people like inside Ashen Rock to get like we didn't know they were attacking until they were like on the beaches,
Okay.
So just be wary. That's
Yeah.
why I wanted to like go
Sure.
inside his tent.
Yeah. No. Absolutely. Go ahead and make me a general insight check.
Insight. Ooh, I'm actually good at that. 21.
21. With a 21, you are able to notice exactly one moment while you were telling all of this information to him over probably a period of 15, 20 minutes, I'd have to imagine, just kind of explaining everything. There's exactly one moment you were able to get a little bit of a tell from him when you begin to speak of a certain Shatter Kai warrior.
Yeah, I definitely wanted to mention her to this guy.
Yes. Before he seemed just kind of confident, amused, and the moment you mention this spear wielding warrior, you can see that he begins to become very serious, and you can sense a certain amount of rage.
I'll go. So you're familiar with her as well, then?
There's a certain cunt I know that took something that belongs to me.
Listen, all I gotta say is, first time we ran into her, we barely escaped by the skin of our fucking balls. All right. I want
Oh,
to see her dead, probably just as much as you do. All right. She seriously
hard to
fucked our
imagine.
lives up.
Well, two things. One, there's no one who wants her dead more than me. But second, I know she was difficult to escape from. I trained her.
Mm, mm. Well, okay.
Krill just does like a lap around the just like, processing that information.
The Shatter Kai that you met. Her name is Idrin.
That seems familiar.
I don't think we knew her name before, so
The only way that I think you might have gotten her name before was when you met that Yan Ti. I don't know if he actually said her name. I do not remember. This very well might be the first time you've heard her name.
I think this is the first time I've heard it.
Yeah.
How do you spell that?
Idran.
IDRAN. Okay, cool.
Well, this sounds like real, just big old family fuck fest reunion. Don't you love those? I got one of those looking to look forward to in my future. So, I'm again, we got a lot in common here, my guy. Can we just strike a deal already? And
He looks to Brio and he just kind of goes, clothe them and go ahead and give them a warm meal. You, we can make a deal. Now, he walks over to a chest. One thing that you guys are noticing is that there are a number of, looks like bits of treasure scattered throughout this kind of cabin. And you're starting to understand exactly why there are a number of soldiers inside. Um,
the
he
treasure.
walks over and he opens one chest and he takes out a vial. It is pure, it is sparkling, and like when you look at it a little too long, it is almost blinding. They say that Moonfell was named after a shard of a weapon, possibly from the Enlightened One, your very own goddess. Now, from this island, there was a small pocket of a very valuable ore, what you are referring to as stardust. Now, we don't exactly have a lot. This is extraordinarily rare. Now, it would take quite a bit for me to part with such an item. So, I will make a deal with you. She stole something from me. That very spear that she used to hunt you down, that was mine. It is strong enough to take dragons out of the sky, and it belongs to me. So, how about this? You have two tasks. and I will gladly clothe you. I'll feed you, and I will point you in the correct direction. One, there is a certain creature hunting one of my parties to the north. Only one soldier has been able to come back from that party of 12, and they told us of a ferocious being that was difficult to see. I'm not quite sure what it is, but if you begin to make your way north and find it, slay it, and then bring a trophy back to me, you will have achieved your first task. Do so, and I'll give you the Stardust. However, there is a cost. We can bind people to a certain promise. If you promise that you are able to retrieve this spear and the head of Idrin, she can be alive or dead, I care not at all. Bring it back to me, or a certain blood oath. And you see a soldier is coming out with a small table. There is actually a cup that looks to already be about half full. Um, he goes, there are certain magics that even I am okay in delving into. I will allow you to make the promise if you so choose, or another member of your party.
I look to the captain. Can I make this promise on your behalf, Captain? Or rather, my own, for that sake.
What does the promise do for me?
It's to kill that Shadow Guy lady that tried to kill us like the beginning of the campaign. Really fucked our shit up, man. Like we went out there.
Yeah.
You just gotta either kill her or bring her back to life to this guy.
Promise deal. What's over there?
Well, basically, if we don't fulfill it, whoever makes the pact is probably gonna die. So that's why I'm willing to accept this on your behalf because I also need this Stardust for my own like personal reasons.
All right, well, I'm cool either way. I don't mind taking it on. But...
Um, if
Yeah,
you so
off,
if, if you so
Now,
choose.
my crew
Oh,
is
go ahead.
gonna get this shit right. Get her down pat. All right.
Yeah.
We're gonna get your spear. We're gonna get your Stardust, and we'll be out of your hair. You can take that to the bank.
To the
I
boy.
put my hand out for him. My little tiny baby-sized hand is giant.
He kind of actually just pinches it, not like super aggressively, but using his entire hand is kind of pointless. So he's just doing that. He goes, "All right. However, one person must shed a little bit of blood in this case." He goes, and there are two knives also on this table, and you see the cup in the middle. Um, the Goliath goes first. He goes, "I, Titanus Moriak, promise that if this band is able to slay the beast to the north, as well as bring me back my spear from the hands of that cunt Idrin, and her head, alive or dead, I will grant them stardust, food, clothing, and free passage." He cuts into his hand and bleeds into the cup. Any motions for you, Kriltoxel, or you, Milo, whichever of you guys would like to make this promise.
I guess I'll do it. I don't mind.
You want to, man.
Your lord lady.
Yeah, I would say probably like for probably you, Kriltoxel, just because you are the one.
Yeah,
You're the
I
one
mean,
that's
yeah.
been talking to him a lot.
I don't mind. I don't mind doing it. I'll stick my hand out. Cut my hand. Bleed in the cup.
Okay. And so, yeah, basically you're able to promise that you will in fact do what he says, and you will be able to you'll be able to slay the beast, bring back the spear, and bring back the head of Idrin alive or dead.
Absolutely.
Titanus looks to you and goes, the consequence for defying this willingly is not your life. Just know it is the life of the one you hold most dear.
Thank God.
Well, they're all dead, so I guess I'm all right for now.
He goes, there's always someone. But the pact has been made. Go ahead and you'll be led to some rooms, given some food, and then you'll get some information about what to expect. For now, that is all. And Titanus rises from his kind of dragon skull throne and begins to walk to a separate room. Brio begins to walk over and he goes, that went better than I honestly expected. He killed a bunch of people 2 weeks ago from that band. So
Listen, we said it once. I'll say it 1,000 times. We're just here to look for supplies. We're just good people. All right. We're not bad people. All right. We're not gonna attack you. Okay. We're just looking for supplies and help.
not attack us, sure. Good people, questionable. But regardless, who am I to judge?
Ah, well, you got me there. Let's go get a drink. Hey. And I put
All
my
right.
arm around him.
Before he was being very, like standoffish, he goes, okay, let's do this. Um, at this point, he's been able to tell that you are being fairly truthful. The three of you, even before you leave, you're kind of given some massive like wool blankets kind of draped over your shoulders. Milo, it completely knocks your ass to the ground at first because it is extraordinarily heavy.
It's like made for Goliaths. He's a halfling.
Yeah, it's made for at least a very large human, and it is several times like longer than you. And they go, oh fuck. Let's see if we can find a different one. And they're able to find one that's meant for a dwarf, and they drape it around you. Still big, but not comically large. But by the time you get out, the rest of your party, it looks like they have been led to a large dining hall. Um, you can see there is a long dining hall with an assortment of different, looks like fairly hearty foods on the table, certain stews, braised meats. Uh, you know, you can see some, it looks like reindeer might be one of the things that people are eating.
Delicious.
Yeah. You can already see that a number of your party members have been given some cloaks, and someone comes up to you and goes, "You'll be given some clothes that fits your measurements. We'll deal with that later. For now, have some drink, have some ale, have some food. You have a long day tomorrow."
Aye, aye.
Um, but yes, that's is there anything that you guys would like to discuss in the meantime?
Is there anything we need to buy, Captain
Question?
or Z?
Good attitude. I don't know, man.
Can I buy some infrared visions? Elixir?
Infrared.
And for what?
Infrared? Anything?
Are you talking about something like? I mean, there's dark vision potions.
No, she
Which wants to look like the alien?
just to see heat signatures, my guy.
Oh, for heat signatures.
Yeah, that's what infrared does.
Right. No, I get that. I thought you might have been talking about something else because I've never heard of that in D&D.
Yeah, no, because it's not. That's
Yeah,
why.
I was like,
Uh-huh.
I'm for this for your sake, I'm gonna Google it, see if that has ever been made.
And you know what? I will say that the books that there's like I don't know a shit ton of them on the shelf right here. The elves in that series can see heat. I mean, she's not an elf, but the food for thought, I guess.
Go ahead and roll me a D20. Or go ahead and roll me a persuasion check, Sakura.
15.
15. Um, all right. You are able to someone is able to go, well, we can always I suppose we can always ask the halfling or the gnome if they have anything of that sort, but not completely sure. And they lead you, Zakora, over to a different tent. Um, and they go, uh, excuse me, sir, but someone might be interested in something that you have. Uh, and you, Zakora, you begin to enter this tent and you see a small gnome that is currently seated on sort of like a very plush velvet cushion, and just has a like almost like a snuggie on.
Styling. Styling.
Ah, thank you very much. Someone that enjoys my style and sense of fashion. Now, what is it that you're looking for?
This thing that people seem to be confused about. Something infrared.
Infrared. That's so you wish to be able to see someone through the snow, maybe avoid an ambush. I do
Yeah.
actually have something like that.
Do tell.
Hey, goes kind of gets up and the Snuggie is kind of dragging on the ground. Walks over to a small crate, uh, and is able opens it, and you see a number of different potions inside. He goes, "You're actually in luck." Now, I was able to acquire this one shortly before coming to this islands the latest time. Um, and it is because I Googled it and it's real. It is a potion of infravision.
Infravision.
I looked it up and it came up really easily. It's on the official site, so I'm okay
Wow.
with it.
It must be like part of the new rules or something.
Yeah, I don't know where it comes from, but it's real. Um, but yes, so at this point it goes, now I must say that it's not exactly cheap. Really, nothing I have is, inexpensive. After all, the entire point of me being here is acquiring rare goods and certain treasures. This particular potion comes in at a cost of 550 gold pieces.
It's so far out of our budget.
Take an IOU.
And that's actually the gnome laughing. He goes, no, I do not deal in IOUs. Actually, I am more than happy to just ship these potions back to where I come from, and there will be no shortage of people looking to buy my goods.
Where do you come from?
Oh, I come from Izantis.
Ah, I've been there.
Oh, you have. Okay, lovely. You from there? Did you visit once?
What?
Are you from there? Did you visit once?
I have visited.
You visited. Okay, lovely. Well, it is a beautiful city. And I look forward to getting back to it, so I might be able to sell some of these goods here. Now, I am afraid to say that This potion is not cheap whatsoever.
How are
Um,
you getting back there?
what'd you say?
How are you getting back there?
By ship?
What shit?
Hmm. Uh, Are you looking to see exactly where my ship is?
Oh, you have a ship.
Yes, I
Oh,
own a
you
ship.
know, for I don't know, a voyage back, we can drop you off or something. But if you got your own,
Well, I appreciate the offer. I do have my own ship. I have a number of them. One of the reasons why I'm okay coming to this frozen fucking wasteland and spending so much time here is that there are goods and treasures that are remarkable here, unlike any other place in the archipelago. Because as you probably know by now through your travels, most islands fucking suck. So everything is just to make my life in Isantis a little bit more plush. So. In that case, if there is nothing else you need, or if there's nothing else you're looking for, I'm afraid to say, if you cannot afford it, no shame here, but it seems I am unable to assist.
not for now. I'll let you know in the morning.
Sounds good. Well, then I'll see you then.
What's this person's name? What's your name?
Oh, my name is Juor.
So can you spell it for me, please?
Jewor.
And he's a what?
He's a gnome.
Yeah. I return with intentions to return later.
Well, sounds good. I hope you have a lovely sleep then. All right. Is there anything else you guys would like to do?
Not for now.
Not for now? Okay. You guys are all going to be outfitted with some fairly warm clothing. It is they actually take for those of you who wear armor, they're able to sort of fit some sort of pelt on the inside. It keeps you extremely warm. But yeah, it's actually very comforting. Um, if you guys have nothing else to do, in the morning, you guys wake up extremely early, and you were quickly greeted by Brio, um, who leads you to a separate tent, and he points out a certain spot that is about, give or take, 12 miles to the north. It is about 4 miles into the nearest forest. He goes, "This is where we had our last group go travel to. Now only one has been back so far, and we know that at least a few members are dead. We're hoping that we might be able to find at least a few more survivors. Your job, if you wish to complete your deal, is to find whatever is has killed a number of my men, kill this beast, bring back whatever trophy you can, save as many soldiers as you can, but I understand that might not be possible. Um, and yes, the first part of your deal will be fulfilled. Now, what supplies are you in need of?
Infrared.
I have sorry. I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Infrared.
Why, while he kind of is extremely puzzled about the fucking infrared.
Um so he said he had three tasks for us.
There are two
He
tasks.
said the first one was to hunt this creature. Are the other two
Oh,
to kill the Shatterkai lady and
so they're basically yeah, so there are three tasks basically. Hunt hunt down this creature, and you gotta bring back a trophy of some kind.
right.
Get the spear and kill or capture the Shatterkai
Okay.
Hedron. Yeah, so
I
basically,
just want to make sure because
yeah.
he said number one, and then after that, it was just like, okay, yeah, like go and then go kill
Okay.
this lady, and I'm just like, wait, is that number two?
Yeah, no. Basically 2 and 3 are coupled together.
Okay,
It's basically just one task. The first one is that you just need to kind of prove yourself a little bit and hunt down whatever the fuck is to the north.
perfect. That's what I thought. I just wanted to clarify
Yep.
that.
Perfect. Yeah. And just looking at you, Sakura. Okay, exactly. I understand why you would be looking for something infrared. One is I don't have anything like that. Two, even if I did, that would be an extraordinarily, you know, expensive bit of supply.
You have 400 pieces of gold?
Do I have 400 pieces of gold? Are you my accountants? What exactly is happening here?
That's what I need for infrared.
Just answer the lady, man.
If you're speaking of whatever treasures that Jor might have, Jor is one of our is someone who pays me and a number of other people here. We are able to succeed or we're able to survive and thrive here on Moonfell, Euania, and Idril due to the fact that we have some extremely generous individuals who are looking for certain treasures here. Makes it one of the most desirable jobs for a soldier. So, in short, I cannot get you whatever potion that you're looking for that Jor might have. I suppose that in this case, you will have to see things the normal way that the rest of us have to. But I'm sure you'll get by.
Oh yeah, she'll be fine.
You'll be fine. Is there
Absolutely, sir.
is there anything else I might be able to help you with?
Maybe some long-term rations.
Oh, no problem whatsoever. We have an assortment of just dried meats, nuts, berries, that sort of thing that you'll be able to take. It'll fill you up for at least a week if you really needed that much.
Perfect. Yeah, that's perfect.
Perfect. If there is nothing else, leave at whenever you would like. And I suppose we'll see all of you. Well, either we'll never see you again, or you'll come back with the head of whatever the hell is has killed some of my soldiers.
You don't see us
I
again,
just
man.
he gave us cold weather clothes, right?
Yes, yeah, he's outfitted your armor. For those who are wearing armor, he's outfitted it to be comfortable for the colds. And for you, Krilltoxel, he has kind of given you some like warm, kind of padding. It's not really armor, but it will keep you warm.
A nice cape, maybe.
If you know what, if you would like, you can make a persuasion check to see if they'll give you a cape.
Absolutely, I would. 'Cause
Okay,
that
go ahead
would be awesome.
and make a persuasion check.
That's really good. 19.
Uh, it's you have almost like a fur cape. It doesn't really like flow in the wind or anything like that. It
doesn't need
almost
to.
looks to be kind of like the skin of almost like a polar bear. It keeps you even a little bit warmer.
Perfect.
Kind of the person's just like, that seems impractical for what you know what, I don't fucking care. Um, and yeah, they're able to give you a bit of a almost like a polar bear cape.
Because it's like just like a big cloak, you know. You just pull around me and
Yes.
keep myself warm.
Yeah, you're able to notice that all of the, fur and everything that they have given your party the fur is typically all white or easily camouflaged. So a lot of whites, grays, that sort of thing.
Perfect.
But yeah, if you guys are ready, you guys are welcome to begin venturing north.
Yeah, let's do it. Captain, you ready? Do we need anything else? We have food, we have clothes.
I guess so. Let's do it.
I'm the heel, so
Yeah, you guys are rested. You guys have a long rest, so
Yeah. We're all rested. Yeah, my wild shape. I can just wild shape and heal us like crazy if we really need it.
Should we wait for the rest of the party?
oh, the rest of the party is with you guys. I'm just saying that they're there.
Well, I think Camion's like wait for everyone else, like the
Yeah.
like
Oh,
5 bodies.
okay. So what? Wait until the next session to really venture forward.
Yeah.
If they need anything.
Yeah, just in case they're like, hey, maybe can we look for this or something like that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. If you want to do that, we can just send it right here, and we'll wait until next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be
Okay.
awesome.
Thanks.
Okay. Perfect. I would have to assume that I know that Connor said that he'll be able to make it sometime next week. He's moving into his new place, so and so yeah, we will go ahead and we'll end it here.
Badass.
Hey, next week is the 4th of July too.
There's gonna be lots of travel.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna be gone next week.
Okay.